Hello there. My name is Katie, and I want to work and study abroad. Usually when I tell people about my career goals, I get one of three responses. What is that exactly? You need a master's for that? Or, neato, I'd love to get paid to travel the world. Most people don't really understand what a career in study abroad entails, so I thought I'd take some time to explain. What is a study abroad professional? While there are many different areas and career paths within study abroad, let's take a general look at the basic duties that a study abroad professional could be expected to do in an entry-level or mid-level position. We can divide duties and responsibilities into three separate time frames: before, during, and after the study abroad experience. Before a study abroad experience can happen, a study abroad professional could generally be responsible to three different parties: students, their colleagues, and to the International Education Organization, which is generally a third-party program running the actual study abroad experience. Before students study abroad, the advisor is responsible for helping them select and apply to programs. Giving students guidance is crucial in this process, as the advisor often has additional insight into the realities of each program. Especially as more students with specific health concerns and special learning needs seek to study abroad, guidance becomes even more important. The advisor can also be responsible for helping the students prepare to depart, which could include reserving housing for the following year, registering for classes, setting up payment, and seeking immunizations, as well as applying for travel visas and documentation. Study abroad professionals also need to have strong working relationships with nearly every department on campus to ensure that students have a successful experience. Meeting with the admissions office to effectively market programs to prospective students, meeting with faculty to ensure that on-campus curriculum is effectively preparing students to go abroad, meeting with student development to ensure students receive basic services, meeting with financial aid and the business office to ensure that students have access to scholarships and loans, as well as up-to-date information on payment schedules, and meeting with the registrar and academic deans regarding the transfer of credits and the continued accreditation of partner programs. Before students go abroad, the study abroad professional will often also be in close contact with the International Education Organization. This communication includes matters related to the application process, but it is also important that study abroad advisors remain informed on new or developing programs, as well as professional development opportunities for themselves. Then, the students go abroad for the experience of a lifetime, but the advisor is not freed from responsibility. During the study abroad experience, an advisor must monitor several things. It is essential that a study abroad professional remain well informed of happenings worldwide and how these things could affect students abroad. In some cases, an advisor should also be cognizant of the health of students, as well as any developments happening within the international education organizations. Communication is essential. A study abroad professional should communicate important campus news to students, and as the need arises, should also be able to communicate with programs regarding specific student circumstances. It may also be necessary to advocate for students on campus in their absence, for example, when acquiring housing or regarding academic issues. A study abroad professional should also respond to student inquiries, requests from programs, and questions and concerns from parents. It is important for parents not only that the study abroad professional be seen as knowledgeable and caring, but also that the advisor can direct questions and concerns to the proper departments in a timely and professional manner. Once the study abroad experience is over, students return home. Study abroad professionals are once again responsible to students, their colleagues, and the study abroad programs. Returning from a study abroad is a tumultuous experience, and it is important to provide guidance and resources to navigate reverse culture shock. In addition, advisors can help students consider the next steps in their academic or professional careers. Advisors can provide their colleagues with guidance on how to reconnect with returning students, as well as welcome them back to campus. Advisors can share student testimonies to illuminate strengths and growth areas at the institution. Lastly, communication and closure with independent work programs is important, and the advisor should take any necessary final steps. It is important to recognize that these duties are cyclical, but they also overlap. While prepping students for a semester abroad, an advisor will also be working with students currently abroad, as well as those who have recently returned. Now that we've seen a bit about what study abroad professionals do, let's look at how study abroad fits into student development. There are many similarities between study abroad and other student affairs departments. For example, the ultimate goal is student learning, and study abroad professionals maintain a keen sense of awareness of best practices, theories, and ethics. As is true of all student affairs departments, it is necessary for study abroad professionals to communicate well with the other departments on campus. And, like all departments, study abroad professionals must deal with budgets, institutional politics, changing technologies, and the need for professionalism. However, study abroad is also very unique, and there are some key differences that should be highlighted. Firstly, while most departments in student development don't have much connection to the often segregated academic side of the university, study abroad stands firmly astride both the academic and student affairs pillars. Study abroad professionals must have excellent working relationships with professors, department chairs, and academic deans. Secondly, while most student affairs departments work primarily on campus, study abroad is defined equally by on-campus environment as well as world events. While it is important for all departments to communicate well, it is essential that study abroad professionals go further than basic communication. It is important to have a solid, in-depth knowledge of the procedures and inner workings of most departments on campus, so that students preparing to go abroad can be correctly informed and referred to the appropriate departments. Something else that is unique to study abroad is that a large part of communications and conflict resolution occurs with people on different continents, in different time zones, in various cultural contexts, and with varying and sometimes limited access to internet or telephone communications. In the landscape of study abroad careers, there are two general career paths: working in the university environment or working for study abroad programs themselves. An entry-level position at a university is typically a study abroad advisor, followed by promotion to a position overseeing all study abroad. From there, one can advance to a director position, which usually oversees not only outgoing study abroad students, but also incoming international students. Entry-level positions at study abroad programs can be found domestically in admissions or abroad as field staff. Typically from there, one would advance to a leadership position, such as a directorship or vice presidency. Following a leadership position, advancement could go in two different directions. It is not uncommon for someone to start a new study abroad program and begin at the top of leadership. It is also common for professionals to switch to the university track after years of experience in the field and begin in an upper-level position. In all the discussion about different aspects of a career in study abroad, we must ask, is professional development important? The answer is a resounding yes. Not only is study abroad constantly evolving, but professional development also offers something that is absolutely necessary in the field: connections with other professionals. Since study abroad falls under both student and academic affairs, there are several professional organizations that offer helpful resources and networking, but they are not unique to study abroad. However, several important professional organizations that deal specifically with study abroad and international education do exist. NAFSA is one of the most widely known and well-respected in the field of international education. While membership is pricey, members and non-members enjoy the many services and resources NAFSA provides. AAIE is notable for its Institute for International School Leadership. This organization takes professional development further by offering online classes that can even be taken for graduate credits. IIE is notable for its commitment to protecting education and scholarship worldwide by promoting research and training for international educators. The Center for Global Education is partnered with ISA, a third-party study abroad company. The CGE is research-focused and has many ongoing projects aimed at improving the future of study abroad. The Forum on Education Abroad is another widely known and highly respected professional organization. Membership is for institutions rather than individuals. The Forum has created and published a set of standards of best practice and a code of ethics for study abroad that are similar to the NASPA and ACPA documents. With so many professional organizations and research available, how does a study abroad professional make good use of so many resources? Most study abroad professionals connect with one another and discuss relevant issues through two means: conferences and publications. Some conferences include the following, but it's also worth noting that in recent years, the webinar, or web-based seminar, has become increasingly popular, especially in study abroad, where professionals are scattered literally around the globe. Many professional organizations also put out their own publications. There are some non-academic magazines that are also published independently that are worth reading to stay connected, such as Life After Study Abroad. The CCUS-L Listserv is an ongoing forum that most study abroad professionals belong to. In utilizing professional resources to stay connected with current trends in study abroad, there are a few contemporary issues in the field that are worth noting. The first is the role that social media and the widespread availability of the internet are playing in the study abroad experience, specifically in immersion, acculturation, and target language acquisition. Another emerging trend is study abroad for community college students. While traditionally a university experience, new programs are emerging to allow community college students the opportunity to study abroad too. Study abroad programs tend to concentrate in the same areas of a country or continent. However, more programs are emerging in non-traditional destinations, such as the Middle East, that could hold much promise for a diversified future in study abroad. Most programs tend to target social sciences, languages, history, art, philosophy, and humanities. There is a great lack, however, of programs in science and technology. Interestingly enough, students studying in these fields are often prevented from studying abroad due to time constraints on their class schedules. Exploring new programs that focus on science would open the doors to study abroad for a whole new sector of students. And lastly, a current trend in research and practice is the diversification of study abroad participants. The future of the field will hopefully be represented by more minority students and more students from diverse socioeconomic backgrounds. Study abroad is a vast and diverse area of student affairs and academic affairs. As globalized education becomes even more important, professionals in the study abroad field must continue to learn and grow to stay current with changes around the globe.